Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel, Megan Victoria. My name is Megan. I'm a pro hair makeup artist, and I put out 2 videos a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So today's video, I wanted to invite you into like my vanity area where I, get ready, do that whole thing. This is actually kind of new. I'm going through a transition in how I think about makeup. So when I go out into the world, rarely do I actually have makeup on. But if I'm going to an event or I'm playing, say, the Meghan Victoria character, who like really I think of her as like an alter ego in the way I think of her as my elevated self. She's very confident, she's fun, she's great. And then me, I can be that way, but I also can get very emotional and very anxious, and my anxiety can take over a lot. And so I've really been kind of transitioning the way I think about makeup. When Meghan Victoria goes out, she's freaking full glam. She's like a crazy glitter da-da-da-da-da. And when like Meghan goes out, she's in soccer sweaters and no makeup all the time. But I've been trying to look at makeup a little bit more as self-care lately, and just kind of taking a couple minutes for yourself to put yourself together into the world. And I'm finding a nice balance between these like two kind of personas. A lot of the times when I do my makeup, I feel like I'm taking on a character. Like I do a full glam and a full lash and a glitter, and then I feel this like majestic character kind of take over my body, which is amazing. And I've always been about dress up, but this is just a nice little makeup to, just emphasize who I am and let myself kind of shine through, and not necessarily have to always be a character, but just, be me, and that is good enough. So I know that was a little rambly, but I do love to connect with you guys and, share a little bit of a deeper meaning than just a makeup tutorial. So today we're in my vanity space. I'm just going to be doing my makeup how I would do it, like kind of like, I don't want to say quickly, like I'm not rushing. I'm gonna take some time to, enjoy the process and really just like feel good, play some good music, light some candles, and make it a whole thing. But at the same time, I'm not doing a super glamorous look. As you can see, this is very minimal products, very minimal effort. But anyway, if you'd like to see how I get this look, then please just keep on watching. Alright, so first I'm just going to prep my under eye area for concealer by using a really nice eye cream that just hydrates the under eyes. Then I'm going to go in with just a light serum underneath my foundation. I don't find I need a full moisturizer with the weather being so nice. And then I just take my Hollywood Flawless filter to give myself that extra bit of glow and dew to the skin, and it's totally prepped for makeup. So I'll just rub that in, and then I'm going to take one nice full pump of my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. I'll mix that between my fingers and then apply that to the skin. I love using my fingers for this foundation. I find it blends so seamlessly and flawlessly, and it's just my favorite way to apply it. Then I'm going to just take some salmon concealer, and we're just going to color correct the dark circles underneath the eyes with this really nice peachy orange tone. And then I will follow up with my Makeup Forever concealer. So I use 2 shades. I use the shade 21, which is more my skin tone, just to give a little bit of extra coverage to the under eye area and any spots I need it, like around the nose and just around the mouth and just anywhere I have a little bit of extra redness that I want to conceal. And then I take a brighter shade, so this is shade 12, and I apply that to the under eye area and any places on the face where I just really want to emphasize and bring forward, just highlighting and adding dimension to the face. So I'll then just blend that in with a brush like so, and then once I feel like I've got a nice amount of brightness, I can change up and go to my contour shade. So I'm just going to take my Charlotte Tilbury contour wand, and I'll apply this to my cheekbones, and I'll use a little brush for this just to really kind of chisel out the cheekbones and add the warmth to the perimeter of the face. I always like to just finish everything off by tapping it out with my fingers, and then I'm going to set all of that in place with a little bit of my magic powder. So I just get a light dusting and apply this to the under eyes. It just really kind of sets the makeup, but really allows the glow of the skin to shine through. It doesn't get powdery or cakey or just too strong of a powder. It's just really lightly and finely milled, so I really love this powder. Then I'll just take a little bit of my bronzer, and I like to just set that kind of contour color in place, just warm up the perimeter of the face, and finish that off with a little bit of blush. So I mix my Buxom Seychelles and my Benefit Gold Rush blush, and I apply this really beautiful luminous combo to the cheekbones like so. Then to finish off the face, I love a good highlight, so I'm just going to take some of my Pixie highlighter and apply that to the tops of my cheekbones, just using my fingers. Then I'm going to just take a little bit of setting spray before we move on to the eyes. So let's move on with our eyebrows. I'll just take a little brow pencil and I just very lightly fill in my brow hairs. Very lightly, very natural, just kind of go over it once really quickly, and then I will always set that in place with a little bit of brow gel just to ensure everything's going to stay in place. Then I'm going to just do a really quick eyeshadow look, so I just mix these two end shades together just so I get a base color, and I'll apply that all over the eyes. I love the Naked Reloaded palette. I think it's so easy to use. Once I have that base, I'll just take the shade Buck, which is just a nice brownie taupey shade, work that in the crease for just a nice soft bit of dimension, and then I love to take the shade Endgame, which is just a really deep brown, and I run that along my lower lash line and my upper lash line, giving myself the definition without kind of too harsh of an eyeliner look. So I love a good powder eyeliner, so I just press that in with a really flat brush on the upper and lower lash line, and I just think it defines the eyes so beautifully. Then I'm just going to grab my lash curler and give my lashes a nice curl so they are prepped for mascara. I think this is so important because I have really terrible eyelashes, so my curler is very essential for me in my routine. I'll first start off with my Monster Big Mascara. I love this one. I think it's a good starting mascara. Gets a lot of volume, gets a lot of length. It's just a good overall mascara. And then I take my Caution Hourglass Mascara and I apply that to the lower lashes. It is my favorite mascara for the lower lashes because it does not flake whatsoever at all. So for the lips, I'm going to take my Buxom lip liner in Hush Hush. This has really quickly become one of my favorite lip products. I absolutely adore it, and I'm just going to fill in and line my lips. So I just fill it in and then I kind of just tap a little bit in the center and then pat that in with my finger so it's nice and natural. Then I'm just going to top it off with a little bit of my Bare Minerals lipstick in Peony. It's just a really nice light pink, so it's just going to add a little bit of added dimension to the lips, and I just like to tap that out so it's again nice and blended in and just very natural and doesn't have a very harsh penciled look. Then just to finish off, I'll take a little bit of my pressed powder for any additional coverage, any additional shine. Just press that in with my fingers, and then of course one last setting spray to really seal in the final look.